Hello everyone, this is the first in a series of videos created for a number of hubs in hub pages on how to pick shares with a safety device. We're going to put a number of shares through 25 sieves, screens, tests, call them what you will, to identify which comes out on top. We'll be using a spreadsheet with each column having a screen as a heading. Information about the share will be entered under the headings and given a score. The one with the top score would be the most promising. Using this process has worked for me, but I must declare at this point that I am not a professional investor. I do not work for any kind of investment house, and the information you find in these hubs are not share tips and does not constitute any form of advice or recommendation. I'm merely showing you a procedure, a tool if you wish, that will help you in the process of eliminating bad shares and pushing good growth shares to the front of your research. Shares can go up and down and carry the risk of loss. Ideally, you should be looking at 10 to 15 shares, which may throw up not only one, but 3 or 4 potential candidates. However, to show you how it works, we're just going to start with 4 shares. So here's the spreadsheet in Google Docs, which is free when you open a free Google account. The first column holds the exchange price information code, commonly known as the ticker. The next column holds the company name, and if you hover over the name, I put in a link to the company's information page. That tells you just what kind of business the company is involved in. The first 2 columns are not screens, just the names and the codes of the companies you picked, so there's no scoring involved. Column number 1 is the first screen. It holds the independent story. Again, hovering over the title will explain what that means. A listed company will give out trading statements from time to time, letting you know how they're performing. It has been known for companies to only dwell on the highlights, whereas a professional company researcher who writes for share tip sheets, newspapers or investment magazines will tell you the whole story. If you just enter the ticker of the company name in your search engine, it will throw up numerous sites all holding bits of information in that company. I picked out Yahoo Finance on page 1 of the search engine results, and here it gives an independent appraisal of the first company, uneque. The big thing about picking shares is doing your own research. Read it yourself so that you get a good idea of how the company is trading, and the more these independent evaluations you can find, the better. The second screen, in column number 2, is the Chief Executive Officer's statement, nearly always found in trading statements, interim reports and the end-of-year reports. This is the CEO's latest view on how the company is performing and on how it will hope to do in the coming year. If I was to pick which were the most important screens out of the 25, these 2 would be right up there. Just to give you an idea at this early stage of how a selection is generated, if you take the 4 shares and study each independent statement with how the CEO sees the coming year, you will form an indication of who's doing the best out of the 4. Put them in front of another 23 screens and the best selections will be glaringly obvious. That's the end of the first video. The next video will go into the next 2 screens and also look at the scoring system. So that's all for now. Thank you. Bye.